Alright guys, you should check this out. Watch this. Oh no, zombies! Who's gonna save me now? Why? A fairy, of course. So, hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Command Central. Today we are going to be continuing work on the fairy, and if you're wondering what the command for that was, it is very simple. Execute from the fairy, and then it will execute from the zombie's point of view, and if the fairy is within a radius of 2, then the zombie will be teleported straight to the fairy. However, I do believe that it's a bit overpowered, so I might reduce this radius to 1, and let's see how we go with this now. So, lots of zombies. I am in great peril. Who's gonna help me? The fairy, of course. Will she help me? Oh yes, of course. Well, all I should do now is add a particle effect to any zombies which fit that requirement. So instead of having a teleportation here, we're just going to go /particle. What particle should we use? Give me a second. Okay, so I figure I might use the happy villager one. So they're being like ascended. Let's just go 0.2, 0.2, 0.2. Actually, let's just go 0. We'll do 0 there. A speed of perhaps 0.2 again, and how many per second? Maybe 1. So, oh, that's not what we wanted. We wanted to execute from the fairy. Yes, that's correct. Name equals zombie. R equals 1. But that did look cool while it lasted. Are they still doing? No, okay. So, fairy, pick this guy up. Come on, pick him up. Do as I command. Or not. Yep, that looks cool. I am impressed with how that looks. The speed might be a bit slow. I might triple it. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna triple it and see how it goes. Now you're probably wondering why I didn't go at E type equals zombie. I went name equals zombie. When zombies spawn, they automatically have the name zombie, and the reason for this is because I don't want it messing with herself, like her having her own zombie teleported to herself, so the AI will be completely broken. And also another added bonus to this is that if you have a pet zombie, then it won't affect that either. So I have just gone ahead and made it so she can pick up all mobs now. It looks pretty cool. So well, when I say all mobs, I mean all the basic natural spawning ones. I am talking, of course, of creepers, skeletons, spiders, zombies, and witches. So basically all the ones that spawn in every biome of the overworld. So let's get some skeletons here. Come on, pick some up. Pick some up for me. Please. Come on. Can I spawn one on you? Oh yeah, there we go. It's a good example. Spiders. Oh, spider jockey. And witches. So I believe that's pretty cool. And now we are going to focus on player healing. So to make the fairy heal the player, we are just going to go execute at E. Name, actually let's go execute at P. R equals, let's say when she's within a radius of 2. And we'll go execute at E, name equals fairy, type equals zombie. And then we are summoning a thrown potion, which is just regeneration, level 1 for 10 seconds. So it's not too overpowered, and that will summon 2 blocks below her. So let's go towards her and see if she does it. It's a very rare occurrence, but she can do it. Come on. It's very stubborn. Okay, maybe a radius of 1 isn't quite large enough, so let's adjust that. Okay, so... Oh, whoops. You know what I did? It's supposed to be execute at E, name equals fairy, type equals zombie, and then it executes to the player within a radius of 2. Sorry, that was my Google+, please ignore that. So, yeah, now works. So when she comes near you, she will give you a regeneration effect. However, it is a splash potion, so it will affect other mobs as well. So I just had to fix a problem where every time I died, hundreds and millions of bats would summon all at the same time. So I changed this value so they'd only summon if the player is within a radius of 17 and outside a radius of 16. I'm talking, of course, about the zombies. Well, actually, no, the bats. No, the zombies, yep, that's right. And it only kills them under the same circumstances. Only kills the bat under the same circumstances. So now, if I died, there won't be trillions of bats spawning because I am outside the radius and nothing's updated yet. So this command block contraption is getting a little large, so I might remove the necessity for a curse and the altar, but instead I am going to make her cast special spells when the player gives her a specific item. Alright, so I'm going all out now. You have to build this altar, and you have to be holding this golden sword in order for your score M creature fairy to increase. And that's all I've got so far. So with this detect thing, I'm going to make the special item get given only upon building an altar like this, very expensive, and holding a golden sword. The gold sword will then be removed from the player, and then in its place, another item will be placed there, and then that will allow the fairy to get given the special ability when used. So to do all that detect stuff, it's basically the same thing with the summoning, only to detect the gold sword, I've just added a tag on the end which says selected item ID Minecraft golden sword. And the reason why the score resets once I step off is because I have this objective constantly removing all players with a score of fairy 1 minimum equals 1, constantly removing it. So it gets constantly set to 5, constantly 1 gets removed. As soon as I step off, it goes down. As soon as I let go, it goes down. So we are going to make it give the player the special item, which I'm still deciding, and then remove the gold sword. So it now works. As soon as I step on the altar with my gold sword, it gets taken from me, and I get this spell dust. So how did that work? Well, it's pretty basic. Clears all the players with the score fairy 1 of minimum equals 1, and gives all players with a score of fairy 1 of 4 a experience bottle with a name of spell dust, a lore, gift, fairy, press Q to give us special powers, and an enchantment of 61, that is Luck of the Sea, level 10. So let's summarize this spell dust just before I explain it. So the concept is, you throw the spell dust near the fairy, she starts to sparkle and fizz. When you're within a certain radius when you're in a radius of 10 blocks of the fairy, you will have jump boost and speed, and zombies will be withered and they'd fizzle up and burn. And this will last temporarily. And yeah, I think I should explain how it works now. So, command blocks here. What's in purple is the detection of the actual spell dust, and what's here is the actual execution of her attack. So, I explained how the spell dust is summoned in, so that's all that, I believe. Yes, yes, and yes. So it just comes down to these last two command blocks. So what we're doing, execute at E, type equals item, score, M creature, and then we execute. Oh, okay. There's a command block over here that we missed that's quite important. So what we are doing, we are giving all items of the experience bottle a score of M creature fairy 5. So what it's doing is there's this long MBT tag at the end of your scoreboard function. You go item, your ID, experience bottle, count 1B, so only 1, and your tag, Ench 61, which means Luck of the Sea, and then level 10. And then that's what gives it the score, which the fairy must detect for, and once that happens, she should have a score of, okay, so 400, because I believe that her power-up goes for a bit too long for what it is after you build this, it's just 2 gold ingots that you can just farm easily. And then this part, it just kills the item. It's that simple. And the blue section here, that removes the score of the fairy. So let me show you what's going on here. Scoreboard objective sets display sidebar M creature fairy 1. Alright, so you can see that long line of code, that's the fairy. When I throw this down, her score is set and it's decreasing all the time. And once it reaches 0, the effect will obviously wear off. So we'll wait for that to happen while she withers up all these zombies. Alright, and then her effect has now worn off. So I'm going to start off by explaining the easy part, the effects and the particles. So it's just actually I'll do the effects first. It's just looking for the fairy that has that creature, then affects all players within a radius of 10 of jump boost, same thing here with speed. This command block here just is the thing that reduces her score constantly, and these 2 command blocks are just the effects on the zombie and the particle. So the basic notion is detect for the fairy, and then we affect all players outside the radius of 3, because we don't want the fairy to affect itself. Type equals not player, so it doesn't affect players, and within a radius of 10, so it doesn't go too over the top. Effect of wither, 1 for 1 second, so as soon as she leaves, it's all good. And then an amplifier of 10. Now that might be a bit overpowered, so I'm just going to reduce that to 5 for now. And this next command block is the same thing, but with this particle command on the end. So that is going to be it for the fairy. That's all there is to her. She's very expensive. There's a lot going on here, and I believe that is all we need now. I think she's complete. Everything is all good. So thank you very much for watching. I hope to do a showcase video on this next, and I will see you next time. Small distraction, this is pretty trippy. I like this. This gives me an idea. There should be like an invisible tag for item frames. That would be pretty cool. But unfortunately, this isn't in the game, it's just a graphical glitch.